Hello and welcome to the Goulerie. My name is Gabriella Bertram. I am the owner, artist, and creator of Gabby's Goulerie. I also play Gabby B in my short horror ARG series called Halloween and Horror Basics, a mix of makeup tutorials and short horror. If you're interested, it is also on this YouTube channel, 13 episodes of Halloween fun. Please check it out if you've got the opportunity. This is a huge project for me, one that I've been working on for a long time now. Enough about me, let's talk about VisionCon. VisionCon is the best Midwest pop culture convention ever. I've been attending and participating in it for years now. This year, it was held at the Springfield Expo Center, October 13th through the 15th. Yes, that means Friday the 13th. So it's already a spooky convention this year. Although I did set up my vendor booth and VisionCon's first haunted house, Haunted Visions, on Thursday. Let's start Thursday by taking you behind the scenes. We started the day super early, me driving about 2 hours with a full car of haunt and shop stuff, unloading, rearranging with my parents as helpers for the weekend to start the setup of the haunted house. We had quite a bit of space to fill, but me and my friend Chris really filled out the entire haunt. Chris donated a whole bunch of animatronics and other props and well decor, while I provided the rest. Now, I designed the haunt to have 3 different areas you roam through: the orphanage, Zombie's basement, and the circus. Classic, iconic, and fortunately, we had a lot of pieces to fit these themes. Now, I'm not sure if anyone actually cares about this, but the haunt also goes along with my Gabby's Goulerie YouTube series, showcasing a bunch of scenes and costumes from the YouTube series and local artists along the walls, as well as having Myrrh in there herself. Haunted Visions is literally supposed to be a fever dream of visions about a spooky old house that used to be a torturous orphanage, a scientist basement who created zombies, and when it was demolished, the plot was used for the circus. Anyways, setup took quite a while with our awesome convention helpers and other staff helping us set up barriers and, of course, organizing the different sections. Until they were done, then we filled out the haunt with as much as we could. This was my first real step into making my own haunted house, something I've always wanted to do, and VisionCon gave me this opportunity to create this horror attraction. Of course, we could only fill so much space, but I truly tried to take the time to add other senses to the horror, like music and synths for different areas. The orphanage was filled with creepy doll music and the smell of night air. The zombie area was filled with zombie groans and alerts. And finally, the circus, filled with clown and circus music and the scent of candy and popcorn. Now, the haunt took about 5 to 10 minutes to roam, and we gave visitors flashlights to really admire the haunt, even though most of the lights were off. This was a free exhibition, but we did have a tip cauldron if you wanted to help the sponsors refinance their efforts. But we ended up giving most of the tips to charity. The Youth Center helps young youth and foster families from the Springfield area with all sorts of things. You should check them out if you have the opportunity to. And they are this year's VisionCon charity, which they gave up to $8,000 to in the end of this weekend, which is amazing. Anyways, after a long day of mostly putting together the haunt as well as the Goulerie, we turned in exhausted yet excited for the weekend ahead. Starting Friday the 13th early again, we needed to finish up the final touches of the haunted house and my vendor booth, the Goulerie. This is something else I spent a lot of time on this year, along with helps from my parents. I had the wild idea to create a vendor booth that's more than a table. I wanted to create something that catches your eye and has you enter a spooky environment filled with haunt and horror supplies, and that's just what we did. We took a 10 by 10 vendor tent and painted the walls and interior to look like a stone mausoleum. And using foam, I created some fake cemetery archways, one with Gabby's Goulerie, and other stone pillars and stones and more. Giving a little extra spookage, I added moss and bugs, and the Goulerie came to life. Using some thin shelves, a table, and a costume rack, I filled up the Goulerie with all of my haunt and Halloween products for all of the VisionCon attendees to see, as well as using a essential oil diffuser to make the Goulerie smell like fresh dirt for those cemetery vibes. Along with a video slideshow frame that played my Gabby's Goulerie videos, along with pictures of products and other VisionCon promos for Gabby's Goulerie and The Haunt. I was very happy with how it turned out, and a lot of folks thought so. Thank you for all that visited the Goulerie. If I wasn't at my booth or at Haunted Visions, I was being swapped out with my parents, doing other spooky things for VisionCon, like promos, makeup, or at the end of Friday, I co-hosted Fear Factory, the Friday the 13th special horror panel. Now, being the extra horror lovers that we are, we changed the ambiance of the panel room to be a big circle with lights off and a campfire Mom made in the middle, as our panelists chatted about different horror movies and media with our audience. It was a great turnout, and I'm so thankful for everyone that came and visited us. I am so thankful that we're still able to do Fear Factory 8 years later. Anyways, after Fear Factory, we shut down the haunt and split up for the night as I went to go see a local horror variety show before I needed to go home and head to bed, because Saturday is a big day for VisionCon. Saturday was another early morning as we headed to a mostly ready convention for a long day of manning the Goulerie, making sales, meeting other horror lovers, and checking out the haunt, as well as creating makeup looks for haunt actors to roam around the haunt for a few hours. Now, the whole weekend I had little haunt actors roaming the haunted house for a few hours a day, just to add a little bit of scares and experience. Thank you to all my big and little helpers. I hope y'all had fun. Some of the horror actors came with their own costume and makeup, and some got their makeup done here at VisionCon by one of our awesome VisionCon staff and president of VisionCon, Brandon Lawthorne. He did this awesome dead-eyed makeup on our little friend Emma as she terrorized people all through Saturday. I saw so many amazing cosplayers and nerds having a great time. It was very strange being a vendor for the first time. When I was a kid, I was attending VisionCon and dreaming of being a part of such an amazing convention. Truthfully, the people, stars, performers, cosplays, and environment at VisionCon really helped me be who I am today. I owe a lot to this community. As the day wrapped up and the costume contest was in full swing, I perused some awesome lights out at the Lego display and I waited for the 21 and over Mojo party to mingle and finally get to talk to a few fellow vendors, staff, and other friends. Being the old lady that I am, I did turn in a little bit early than some of my other friends, but I knew Sunday was going to be another full and busy day, the last day at VisionCon. Sunday was the last day of VisionCon, and it started a little slow. As the attendees slowly poured in, the realization of where I am, that this is the last day of something I've spent a whole year creeping towards and working my butt off for, it was all over. It was sad and only a little disappointing to not make a penny back what I spent to create this, but I quickly snapped out of this fog, remembering that this was my first ever vendor booth. This was my first haunted house. And I'm still a small local business, and I'm still only one person. I wouldn't have been able to actually create all of this without my amazing parents who have been supporting my creative craziness and my business selflessly, along with all of the amazing VisionCon staff who stayed late and helped without hesitation to create this crazy idea at VisionCon. Thank you to Brandon Lawthorne, Eddie Warren, Jason Ludlam, Christian Brodeur, and everyone else who really made my insane visions come to life, if only for a few days. My husband, who is military, finally was able to attend Sunday, as well as take down the Goulerie while my parents took down the haunt. We were first to set up at the convention and last to leave the convention. And with a packed car, I traversed back to my house, ending VisionCon 2023, and finally getting some rest and recuperating. VisionCon 2023 was a wild ride, full of unexpected opportunities, hard work, days filled with fans and friends, sleepless nights, Fear Factory, haunted visions, Gabby's Goulerie, and so much more. We made a functional and freaky haunted house, a mausoleum for merchandise, and hopefully new memories for all VisionCon attendees. So, thank you for everyone who attended this convention, those who participated in booths, performances, panels, guests, VisionCon staff, and you. Thank you for watching and being at VisionCon. This convention is made up of volunteers who all love this pop culture media and horror and spend their entire year to make this the best weekend possible. And they put forward all of this to a local charity, the Youth Connect Center. It's truly amazing what a bunch of wonderful nerds can do. I am so blessed and thankful to be a part of the amazingly talented and rad vendors, incredible guests. Special shout out to Kevin Kepi. I was so glad to see you again, man. And everyone that helped and participated in Haunted Visions. You are all truly and unbelievably amazing. Thank you for everything. Now, until next time, thank you so much for watching this VisionCon video. If you made it this far, I'm going to ask you to check out Halloween and Horror Basics, the short horror ARG series, also found on this channel. I hope you have a great rest of your spooky season, and I hope you have a horrific rest of your day. Bye!